Well, hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? First off, I need to do an audio check because I had a Windows update and it kind of screwed up on my audio setting. So, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. I think everything works. I don't say anything yet. If you can hear me, please. Okay, loud and clear.
Another
Awesome.
one.
That had me worried.
Another one. Another one.
Conquer
Another
Soracus.
Another one.
Sorry for
And another one.
butchered that name, but thank you for the follow, my friend. Yeah, man, I swear every time I do an update, I'm scared because it screws everything up. Yeah, it's bad. No worries. I appreciate that. Now I'm like, it's a challenge. Like, Gonstrauskas. 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 That's like a Street Fighter thing. Remember that? Who was that who did that sound? That What are you? What are you? Okay, I'm aging myself. That's an old video game. That's old school Street Fighter. So who do we have joining today? Hansel Tech, good to see you. Alex, my friend, as always, it's a pleasure. Dmitriova. Did I say that right? Dmitriova Slavia? Maybe? Close? Close? Thank you, everyone, for joining today. It's great seeing everyone. I was not able to stream last week because of this freaking day job I got. Ugh. I swear, man. What's up with day jobs? Would it be great if we could just not have day jobs? I think that'd be pretty awesome, personally. All right. Well, as for today, what I plan on doing is I have some work I need to do on Prism a little bit, and then there's an interesting question about how to extend the dialog service that I thought we'd play with, right? Alex, not worth it. Yeah, no, day job's totally not worth it. What's fun is when my boss actually joins my live stream. At least she doesn't say, "Why aren't you working right now?" I am working. I am working. What are you talking about? I'm working right now. This is work. This is hard work. Hello, chat. Hello, my friend. Is that Senado Ian? Is that right? Did I say that right? Or is that Lan? Is that an L? Or an I? Can't tell. Senado Ian. Senado Lan. One of those. It's 50-50, right? Flip of a coin. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. I'm a little off today. A little off. A lot of things going on. I got all these blog posts I got to write. All this content to create. Panda Express. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Senado Lan. Got it. Thanks for clarifying that for me. I'm probably still saying it wrong, but at least I know it's an L now, right? Yeah, so today I thought I would work on the Prism Dialog Service a little bit. There's an extension point I forgot to add in when I first wrote it. And then I got an interesting question about basically being able to manage your windows. What I mean by that is this person wanted to show a number of windows, but be able to like activate them independently. You know, so you have all these windows shown using the Prism Dialog Service, but they want to be able to like activate a specific window or close a specific window. But I'm not going to allow you to access a window object in your view model. So we got to find a way to do that without actually modifying Prism code, right? I want to extend Prism to provide this functionality. So this is going to be an interesting problem. Maybe you can give me some ideas on how to accomplish this. MMSoft, when was that release from Infragestic for Blazor components? I thought I recalled the 25th, but I could be wrong. I think it is the 25th. No. It was the 25th. It got moved I think to the 15th, 14th of this month, 15th maybe. I'd have to look at the calendar to be sure. But yeah, it's just tough. People are taking vacations and technical issues, and you know, Blazor has some performance problems that we're not quite happy with, that we're trying to find a better way to implement various features to where they perform better, because Blazor WASM is not that great when it comes to performance. Yeah, it's a little scary actually. Heck, just try to deserialize a couple objects using the JSON deserializer, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. That freaking Blazor WebAssembly is slow as molasses. So they're gonna have to do some like major perf improvements if they actually want companies using that in production. I would never use Blazor WebAssembly in production today. No way. Now Blazor Server, sure. Although Blazor's missing a ton of things that I would require for a production application. So, MMSoft, I just didn't want to think I couldn't find it on Infragistics. Yes, no, it's just not released yet. Not yet. A couple more weeks. Crossing my fingers. As long as there's no more issues that come up. You know how it is, writing software. You think you're about done, and then all of a sudden, crap, something jumps up and bites you, and you're like, it's gonna take a little longer than I thought. So, companies are not immune to that, right? I mean, I myself could be a little hard on companies when they say they're going to release something and then they push back. Like, hey, you said this. But then I got to take a step back, you know, and say, yeah, that's software. Things pop up and you got to handle it. And it takes time to handle those. Yeah, MMSoft. Fortunately, I know how it is. Don't we all? We write software. We all know how that is. All right. Well, you know, enough of this chit. Let's go ahead and let's write some code. I need to write code. I've been doing a lot of like office customer stuff, and I need some more code in my life. So let's do that. First, I have to start by opening up my Git Crackalacken. That's what I call Git Kraken. I call it Git Crackalacken. Oh, it's opening up on another window. Let me do a pull rebase on Prism to make sure I have the latest bits. And then, yeah, let's create a branch. Actually, branch right here. We're going to name this branch. Let's call it Dialog Improvement. It's really a simple one. It really just should only take like a minute. Let me show you what we're working on. Oh, what the heck? So there's just a small issue I have to make the show methods more extensible. It was just an oversight on my part. So basically, we're just going to work on adding a new show method that we can override. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to open up... where are we? Here. I'm going to open up Prism in source code now that I have got latest and created a branch. Why is everything opening up over there? All right. Let's go to Prism WPF. Services, dialogues. And where's my dialog service? Right here. So essentially, our dialog service itself is pretty straightforward. We have a couple of methods, show and show dialog. Okay. And then there's a method that each of these methods call. So for example, if you look at show, it calls show dialog internal. You look at show dialog, it calls show dialog internal, right? And then this is where all the real work happens, where we have a method called create dialog window, configure dialog window events, and configure dialog window content. My problem is I totally forgot one for just show dialog window, because these are all protected virtual. So the behavior can be overridden if necessary, right? And so this is just an extension point that I just kind of forgot about. And I need to, we need to add a method for this, right? Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Kenyon, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining. You joined just in time. We are writing some code. So I figured, you know what? Let's just extract this to a method. What are we going to call this? Show dialog window. Right? And I don't want it private static. Don't want that. I want protected virtual. And so we're going to pass in the modal. And actually, I want to do this. I'm going to swap those parameters there. Okay. And then I guess we got to add our comments. Shows the dialog window either modally. Well, I don't know if I want to say modally or non-modal. I'll just say shows the dialog window. There we go. Dialog window to show. Is modal. What should we say for this? How about if true, dialog is shown as a modal. There. Blocking, aka blocking. I don't know. Is that a term? Basically blocks the UI. If true, dialog is shown as a modal. Yeah, okay. I think as a modal is fine. We all know what modal dialogs are in WPF, right? Right? I think so. I think we do. I'm pretty confident we do. Okay, so it shows the dialog window. And yeah, that's it. Now, I was also thinking I might want to add... I might want to add some extensions to this as well, because I started kind of looking at this. So if I look at the IDialogService, and I was looking at the show, right, and the show dialog, and they all provide the name, parameters, callback, or the name, parameters, callback, window name. Well, what if you don't have parameters, right? And another thing I don't think I'm doing, actually, I should probably add some protection in here. If parameters equals null, parameters equals new dialog parameters. I might want to do that because, you know, when you're dealing with view models and they're implementing the interface to handle incoming parameters, well, if we throw in parameters that are null, that might not be a good thing. So let's make sure they always have an instance to work with, right? Kenyon, what do you recommend for showing notifications for Windows 10 from a WPF app? Actually, I just recently wrote a sample that does that. Well, there's actually two different ways to really do that. One is to use the Windows 10 Notification Center. And what that's going to do is, you know, it's going to give you an option in the settings notifications dialog. So hold on. What notifications? Yeah. So in this dialog here, your app would show up right in here. People can turn it on and off if they want to get notifications, right? And then it would also show on the actual, in the notifications bar that pops up. But to do that, you actually have to provide a package ID, if you will. And that would, all you would have to do then is release your WPF app using the package project. And so I don't know. Let me see if I could find that just real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But I actually sent this demo to my team because they said it couldn't be done. It's like, oh, you can't do notifications and WPF. I'm like, yeah, you can. This is how you do it. Let me search my email. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Save as. Download. All right, let's check this out. I'll show you exact. Oh, hey. Oh, there it is. Last month. I just downloaded this. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's just open this up real quick. See that little package project. My brain is just not functioning today. I have no idea why. All right, so this is the notification test, and it's actually really simple. So I have a simple button, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's just a text box with a button, and when I click the button, I'm going to send whatever I put in here as the notification. And so when I click that button, I build up my notification toast element. I load that into an XML document, and then I send the toast notification, right? Oh! Disastrous Paul, or Disaster Paul, redeem the Yoda mask. Oh, I hope this works.
That's good.
I haven't tested this in a while. Yes, it worked. Oh my God, I have you scared. I haven't tested that in a while. I'm so glad it worked. But yeah, and so this is all there really is to it right here. The trick is, in order to actually ship this in a Windows 10 environment to get all the notifications to work, it has to be shipped or installed via this package project type. So if I go File, Add New Project, I'll just call it Package. This Windows Application Packaging Project. So as long as you install through that, that packaging project will do everything you need to register your app to be allowed to send notifications. So if you're doing Windows 10, that's what I would do. It's really easy. Really easy. Hope that helped. Okay, so like I was saying, so we did a little protection here. Like, look, I want to make sure you always have an instance, even though it's empty, right? We want to make sure we have some dialog parameters there. The other thing was looking at this IDialogService is what if you just want to show the dialog with no parameters and you want to have a callback, right? So maybe we should do some IDialogService extensions or something. What do you think? Maybe? We'll see what it looks like. IDialogService extensions. Make this a class. And actually, I don't remember if I make my extensions static. That's awesome. So exciting. So exciting. Okay, so we'll make that a public static class. Now I'm going to write an extension method that allows me to add new overloads to our methods without having to modify our interface and break anybody or break anything, right? So for example, we'll say public static void show string name action callback. Right, I want it to look like this, right? So if we have the string name, oh, I forgot the dialog result, whoops, and we have that callback, I don't want to actually have an option to provide parameters because maybe I don't have any parameters, right? That's a possibility. So to make this an extension method, I'm just going to use this keyword, IDialogService, and there we go. And now I can call DialogService.Show, and then to provide the name, any new parameters, say new dialog parameters, and then pass in the callback. Well, yeah, that works. Works for me. So now this allows me to have another show method that I can call that doesn't require parameters. Right? Now, I guess we could add some... Can I just copy this? I think I am. I'll copy it here. Shows a non-modal dialog. Yay. Ooh, it looks like I need to add some WinUI stuff. Because I don't think this is going to be applicable to WinUI. And this is just a compiler directive. You may or may not have seen these before. But it allows me to conditionally compile out code that doesn't apply to a specific platform. And so WinUI won't have this, for example. Okay. We'll do this. I love copying and pasting. Dialog service. Okay. I'll just say the dialog service. Okay. Other than that, I mean, maybe we could do one for show dialog, kind of the same thing. Right? Right here. Here, let's do this. Let's do one for that too. Static void. This IDialogService. Dialog service. And then drop the parameters. And then I'll just copy this. And I can do that. I mean, that seems pretty straightforward, right? Now, this is the one I took right here. I mean, that's about it. I think those were the only main improvements I wanted to make. Like I said, nothing difficult, nothing fancy. And shows a modal dialog. Yeah, nothing crazy. I just realized that maybe not every dialog would have parameters, you know? And so you don't need to pass it. Don't pass it if you don't have it. And I think that's going to work. All right. Extensions for the IDialogService. Cool. All right. We're done with that. Pretty easy, right? Where's my get crack-a-lackin'? View changes. Yeah, just did a little protection there. Make sure we're always dealing with an instance of dialog parameters. And then we just move this show dialog window. Protected virtual void. Okay. Perfect. Let's save those changes. And what are we going to say? Dialog service improvements. And let's go ahead and push my changes. Push my branch. Push successful. Now let's create a PR. Start a pull request. Request template. Dialog service. And improvements. We added a new virtual method. Show the dialog window, and also added new extension methods show a dialog without parameters. Ooh, bugs fixed. This is what number is this? 2184. There we go. We added what? IDialogService.Show name callback. Show dialog name callback. Yeah, that works.
You love me. You really love me.
Thank you for the follow, Jovain Q. Jovain Q? Is that how you say that? I hope so. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, I don't like this. Like that. I can't make this bigger. Oh, wait, I can. It was just awkward. Okay, well, we don't really have to test anything because we didn't change anything. We just added a new overload. I'll add WPF. Create pull request. Do you want to GitHub? Harrison464, good to see you. Just joining. What are you working on today? We are playing with the Prism Dialog Service, actually, for WPF. Just made a slight improvement to the dialog service for a little more extensibility. We added a new show dialog window protected virtual method, so anyone deriving from this class can override its behavior. And then some extensions to where we can create new show and show dialog methods that do not require parameters. Just real simple stuff, right? Nothing fancy. So while that is building and doing its thing, I thought that I would play around with a question I got. So to do this, I'm going to create a new project. It's going to be a Prism blank app, ASP.NET Core. I don't care what it's called. Sure, we can use dry IOC. And so what this person wanted to do was they wanted to be able to show these dialogues and then control them from within their view model. Okay. Now, the trick there is you're not allowed to access... oh, I need to update this real quick. You're not allowed to access view objects in your view model. That's like a huge no-no. You just don't do that. Okay. So without having access to the Prism source code, I want to see if it's possible to implement this functionality. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is we probably need to create some stuff. We need to create a dialogue that we're going to show. Man, you know what I need to do? Hold on, let me write this down. I need to create an item template. Prism item template for dialogue. Okay, I wrote that down. For now, I'm going to do a user control, and I'll call this my dialogue. Yeah, that would be cool because it would create the dialogue's view model, and then it would register the dialogue automatically. That would be pretty cool, actually. So we'll say IDialog aware because a Prism dialog view model must implement this. Can close. We'll say yes, you can close. Nothing's happening here. It's not going to do anything. Equals my dialogue. Right? Yeah, don't need to do anything. Okay. So that looks good. And then for the dialogue itself, I don't need anything fancy here. Let's just do something like a stack panel. And let's throw some text in there. that says, this is my dialogue. And then a button, close this dialogue. Okay, nothing great. Nothing too complicated, right? And then we'll put a click event because I am going to be super lazy on this. I'm not even going to try to make this MVVM friendly. I'm just going to stick it in here and say this.close. Oh, I can't do that. Because I'm not in a window. Okay, so I will make this MVVM friendly. Yep, I need an item template. Command. Finding close dialog command. Look good? Okay. My dialog window view model. My dialog view model. That's what I need. And we'll create a command that is called close dialog command. And all we're going to do is we're going to say request close. Invoke new dialog result. Button result. Okay. And then if I wanted to, I could pass some parameters too, but I'm not going to do that. All right, now it will close. That's all I had to do for the dialogue. Now that I have the dialogue, can we do something? You know what? I don't like. Get rid of that. And we'll do orientation. No, horizontal alignment. That's what I'm looking for. Center. Vertical alignment. Center. Nice and simple. Now let's go into our app.xaml here. Container registry. Register dialog. My dialog. With my dialog. View model. Okay. Perfect. We have our dialogue. The next thing we need to do is we need to show our dialogue. So let's go into our main window here. And instead of a region, let's throw a button. Show my dialogue. And I guess we could throw this in the view model too. Why not? It's not hard to do. Show dialogue command. Misspelled that, didn't I? Go to our view model. I'll just create my command real quick. And for this to happen, all we need is our dialog service. So I'll say I dialog service. Create a field for that. Dialog service.show. And then our name, which is going to be my dialog. See, this is like, I don't need any parameters, so I'll pass a null. And my callback, which is going to be, I don't know, something like this, I guess. And then we can say, hey, the result dot parameters and result and all that good stuff, right? But I don't care about that. I just want to show this dialog. Oh, and Windows startup location, center screen. Okay, let's run this and just make sure I didn't mess anything up real quick. Cool, there's the dialog. Whoop, whoop. You know what? Let's make that bigger, though. Oh, hold on. Let me test this. Close dialog. Yep, and the dialog closes. Okay, perfect. Let me just make the dialog a little bigger, and then let's actually start coding up a custom solution. Let's see, height 250 maybe. Width 400 sounds good. Sure. All right, yep, that works. And I can drag this off the side. And so you see how I can show as many of these as I want and just kind of drag them off, right? But the question that I got was, Brian, I want to be able to show all these different dialogues, and then I want to pick specifically which one I'm going to show or to activate or close. And specifically, it was activate. They wanted to activate a window that was shown like this. So I want to be able to just activate a window. And so, okay. That's what we want to do. We want to add the ability to activate windows. Now, here's the tricky part. This means we have to have a mechanism to track the windows. Not only that, we have to provide a loosely coupled mechanism that allows me to pick a window and activate that window, basically called window.activate, without ever accessing the window. That sounds a little tricky. I think we can do it, though. I think we could do it. The first step to this is we're going to create our own custom dialog service. So I'll call it my dialog service because it is mine. And it's going to derive from Prism's dialog service. Okay. What do I need here? Need my constructor. Perfect. Now that I have my dialog service, let's go to our register types and say container registry. Got register in singleton. Dialog service. My dialog. So we are overriding Prism's implementation with my own. And to prove that this is actually happening, I'm going to hit a breakpoint on the constructor of my dialog service. So I'm going to run this. And what I hope to see is boom, there. I hit my constructor there, which is awesome. So now I'm using my dialog service to show these dialogues, which is perfect. That's what we want. All right. Now the fun part. How do we track these dialog windows and be able to show or call methods off of them? Because I'm kind of thinking what you're going to want to do is something like, var window equals, you call show window, and then you're allowed to do something like window.activate or, something like this, right? But this can't be an actual window object. Or maybe, well, we do have the IDialog window. We do have IDialog, but hold on. I'm gonna comment this out. I'm trying to think. We have IDialog window, but the problem with that. Hold on. Where can I define this where I can actually get to it? There we go. The problem with that is it exposes a window object. Because originally, I was kind of thinking, oh, we'll just return the dialog window that was created in the show, and I'll have it. But we can't do that, because then our ViewModel will have access to a window object, which is not allowed. Nope. Not going to allow it. Plus, if you did that, it opens up that window for improper touching, right? Sounds kind of dirty, I know. But what I mean by that is a lot of these properties are get set, and I don't want you changing the content. I don't want you changing the data context runtime or trying to modify these styles or, doing or calling show and show dialog again on the same window. This is problematic. We cannot do this. We need another approach. And I'm not sure how we want to do that. Any ideas in chat, please? Any ideas? How can we essentially do this? What should we return? It's almost like we need a mapping. Right? We need a mapping. Like some type of lookup table where we can have something that represents like an ID or who's calling? Spam. We need something So let's go into our like. Okay, so we know we need a collection. We need a collection of windows that are going to be opening. We know that. So I can start with a dictionary of T. Now the T, I don't know what it is yet. I don't know what the T of the key is. I don't know what the key is going to be. What's going to be the unique identifier of that? But I do know we need an IDialog window. Windows. Right? I do know that. And so what we might want to do, create dialog window, var window, or var dialog. How about that? The var dialog window equals the base create, right? And then we return dialog window. But this is where we can actually store off something. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. But now we have our dialog window. Now we have a collection of all of our dialog windows that we can manage. Well, okay. Think. I don't want to assign like a random GUID. But a GUID would be a good way to like just a random identifier, unique identifier for each window that's shown. So for example, GUID.new GUID. Right? I mean, we could assign these GUIDs and that would uniquely identify them. And this could be a GUID. Right? But I don't want to have to deal with GUIDs. Any ideas? Any ideas? Anybody? Whoa! Maybe. Hold on. What if we took a token approach, like this? Window token. Right? And this would actually be like the token. Right? Something like this. And then this token, hold on. I'm getting somewhere now. GUID key. Right? This is really internal. Oh no, not new GUID. GUID.new GUID. And then we're probably going to want to override the get hash code. Right? And then we'll probably want to override the equals too, actually. If reference equals... Oh, not OBJ. Something like that, right? Something like that. You know what? Actually, hold on. This reminds me of the event aggregator subscription token. This is exactly what that is. Go to core. Where am I? Right here, subscription token. Let's look. Okay. That's a little different. They have a equals here. Oh, return equal. Oh, they're doing a little different. Maybe I should just copy that. Token, other dot token. Oh, I see what they did. Yeah, I can copy this. I could totally copy that. This could be a window token. The things I do. Oh yeah, let's call this token. The things I do for equality. But I don't like that one liner. I like it like this. Okay. And then this here. Wait, what do they do? Oh, add a subscription token. OBJ add subscription. Okay. Okay, that looks good. That looks fine. Okay, so we have this window token. Timebender 360. How come I don't get notified when you're on? Maybe you don't have notifications turned on. So next to the follow, there's like a, I think it's like a little bell looking thing. You can see if the notifications are turned on. So essentially all we're doing is we are creating a token or some type of object that can act as an identifier. Okay. And so what we're going to want to do is when we say show, this is actually not going to be window. This is going to be the token. Right? Window token. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so let's delete this. This is where we're going. This is the direction we're going right here. So that means the next step is we need to have a show method. Okay, so let's add one of those. I'm gonna add a public void. Nope, not void. Window token show and IDialog parameters, and then action of IDialog result callback. Right? I think so. Okay, hold on. I'm getting. Oh, I already have this. You're gonna call it the Missouri method? I have no idea what that means. Harrison, you'll have to enlighten me on that one. Show managed. Maybe this doesn't need to be public. Maybe that could be internal. And you're gonna say, wait a minute, Brian, what are you talking about? Internal. Okay, show. Hold on. Oh, that's I got to return something. Duh. Show me the show me state. Ah. Okay. So we need to return a window token. For now, we're just gonna fake it, and we're gonna call. We're gonna want to call show. Then pass a name, our parameters, and our callback. All right, so we're still going to want to take advantage of the built-in functionality of the dialog service, except this method has to return a window token. And this is called show managed. Now, whoops, let's hit save. Now, I made this internal, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Brian, why are you making this internal? Well, because it really doesn't matter, because look, if I made this public, this is the other issue we're going to run into. Even if we made this public, if I go to my ViewModel, show managed is not going to be in my list. I don't have access to show managed because I'm working with the IDialogService interface. And this interface only has these methods defined. There's no show managed on here. right? So I can't just like add this. I have to expose this somehow to where I can consume it. So I might as well just make it internal because I have an idea. I'm gonna create. You know what? I wonder if I should create another class. Let's do that. I don't want to get too many classes in here. Let's add another class. I'll call this my dialog service extensions. As you can tell, I love extension methods. They're very useful. And now I can say public static window token, right? We'll call it show managed because these are managed windows, right? Just like that. We'll say this IDialogService because I want to be able to call this off of the dialog service. And then what are my parameters for that again? I'm just going to copy this into my parameter list. Whoops. Didn't do that. And then I can say return DialogService.Show managed. Pass in the name, my parameters, and my callback. Everyone following along? Okay. Jabba 185. I got some sound problems. It scratches. Anyone too? Yep, me too. Yep. So it's on my side. Thought it's on my. Well, see, when I started, I thought I was. Okay. Well, that sucks. Hopefully it's not bad. Hopefully you can still kind of hear me. Yeah, I had an update. I had a Windows update, and it kind of screwed up all my audio stuff. I'll have to go through it again, which is really annoying. Hopefully it's not a constant scratch at all. I hope it's bearable. Is it bearable? At least tell me, is it bearable? Like, you're not going to go running away? Anybody? Or is it so bad, like I need to stop and fix it? You tell me. Should I stop? Reset? Oh, okay. All right, I'll keep going. It's not that bad. I will look into that again. Freaking Windows update. Okay. So up to this point, now when I go to my dialog service, excuse me, when I go to my main window view model, now we will have our show managed. You see that? So now we have this show managed method off of the IDialog service, which doesn't expose that method. However, because we created an extension method, which we'll then call into our dialog. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I forgot to do something. This is actually calling the wrong one. I need to do this. My bad. That would not have been pretty. That's what I wanted. All right. Let me just explain what I did there. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking the dialog service, the IDialog service, taking that instance, I'm casting it to my dialog service class. This my dialog service class has an internal method called show manage. Now, because it's internal, I can access it because it's internal to my namespace and stuff, right? It's internal to my project. So I can actually access that. So for example, I can change like show manage to, right? I rename this to show manage to. I go to my extension method. See, show manage to. See. Oops. Doesn't matter what I call it. I can call it whatever I want. As long as this one, right, As long as this one matches what I expect, then it could be what I can name it whatever I want. But that's, I just kind of want to highlight. That's kind of what's going on there. So I am just exposing an internal method of my class via an extension method to make it available on my interface. That's ridiculous. All right, so if I go to my dialog, okay, so let's just run this. Actually, let's just test this out. I'm gonna run this, and my expectation is I just want a window token. Doesn't do anything yet, but I want that token. And we have one. Look at there. Sweet. Okay. So that totally works. Now this token doesn't really give us anything. I mean, it has no properties on it. No nothing. Do we want... No, I was going to say we kind of add like a new interface, like iWindow or something. And then this iWindow could expose, or maybe we don't do, maybe this isn't iDialog window, maybe this is iWindow. No, I don't want to do that either. Well, what if we just add methods onto our dialog service? Like activate. Internal void activate window token right now, because activate isn't on my dialog service, I'm going to take the same little trick. Public static void activate this dialog service. Dialog service. It takes a window token. Call it token. Now I just call my dialog service. Casting the dialog service. Activate. Passing in the token. Now what I hope doesn't happen. Okay, that's right. All right, so now what we need to do is like var dialog window equals Windows index token. That's going to get me the IDialog window. And so, but see, those properties aren't exposed. So then I would have to do like if dialog window is window window.activate. Boom! Right there. Now okay. So now we have to, let's think. Think. Am I getting lost? No, I'm not lost. I'm back. Okay, so we need to make sure that the token associated with this window that's being created is the same token returned by our show managed to method here. Or whatever, we can call this XYZ for like here. Oh. Actually, that 2 is bothering me. I'm going to put that back. I lied. It bothers me. Okay. Well, what if we just do this? Window token. Right? And we just store it off. And then here we will return the token. Whoops. right? And then here we set the token. Okay, I got it. I got it. New window token. What the heck? What? Come on. I hit IntelliSense for a reason. Okay, so the dialog service is created. We call show managed. We're going to call basically the base show. I mean, if this helps you understand what's going on, we can call base show. And then that's going to run through the show internal code. The first method in that is going to be create dialog window. The dialog window is created. We create a token. We add the token. Return the dialog window as expected. So we add the token and associate the window to that. And then we call activate. We find the window using the token. And then we activate it. Right? Okay, let's do this. Let's add another button. Let's call this activate command. Activate dialog. Let's add a new command up here. Oops, I didn't mean to put that there, actually. No, I like all my stuff at the very top. Okay, let's add another command right here. CMD activate command. What the heck? There we go. Activate command. So, just for fun, we need to actually make this a field. No, make this, yeah, create field. There we go. Where did you put that? Not where I wanted it. So this top. So we're tracking that token. And then I can say dialog service dot activate window token. Right? I think so. Let's try it. Let's open up. Oh, what did I do wrong? Count 0. What did I mess up? I messed something up. I messed something up. Try this again. Let me just step through this. Oh, the token's null. Wait a minute. I'm not even calling activate. Oh! Stack panel. Sorry. Come on, Brian. Pay attention, man. Stack panel. Work alignment. Center. I was hitting the wrong button. Okay. Show dialog. Okay, now. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. I'll drag that off. Show dialog. Drag that off. Show dialog. Okay, so just because of the way this app is written, the last window we opened will activate, which will be this one in the bottom right. Okay, let me change it because my head's over that one. So, no, that's the last one that was activated, right? That we created. Here, we'll do this one. In the middle, right there. So let's deactivate that one. So now we're expecting the My Dialog right here. I gotta pay attention to this My Dialog text. I'll say activate, and there, it's activated. It worked. It worked. Hold on, where's my... I have a command for that. All right. Okay. That's not bad. Yeah, so many dialogues. That's a lot of dialogues. So, show dialog. Show dialog. And just because of the way this works, is, you know, because I'm only tracking one token. I don't have a list of tokens for every dialog I'm opening. Activate. There we go. It totally works. Hold on. Hold on. We have a memory leak, actually. Bad Brian. Bad Brian. Why do we have a memory leak? Well, because we are adding these windows to this dictionary. And we are not removing them. Are we? No, we are not. We are not removing them. Okay. So, let's fix that, shall we? Override configure dialog window events. The RS guy. So it focuses on the last open window when you press activate. Yes. And that's only because in my view model, I'm only keeping track of one. See this? I'm saying window token equals. I could create a new token, add it to a list, populate a list box, select an item in that list box, and pick which ones to interact with. And if I have time, maybe we'll do that, because that's pretty easy to do. But right now, I'm just trying to prove out the concept, right? And so now what is we need to clean up. So action token cleanup. Right? If I say, hold on, I gotta think about this. On the closed, oh wait, I need my, this is gonna be sender and args or event args or whatever. Oh, no. This is what I want. This is what I want. Token cleanup. Yeah, this is what I want right here. And then something like this. Oh, come on now. Right? I'm doing something wrong. My syntax is off. Why is my syntax off? Gerber404 just tuned in. How did you recognize the memory leak? Because I realized I was adding windows that were opening and closing to a dictionary, and when they would close, they're not being removed. So I just, from experience, I know that's a memory leak. Those closed dialogues are being kept in memory by this dictionary. Right? And so essentially what needs to happen is in my token cleanup, I need to do something like Windows.remove and then the key. Hold on. How are we going to do this? We need... Okay, this might be the trickiest part. We have to remove these. And I'm going to close this. First, let's look at some source code real quick. This might be the trickiest part. We got to really think about this. So close. We're so close. So close. No, that's not going to help me, is it? No, that doesn't really help me much. Never mind, that's not going to help. What I need to do is using the dialog window, right? We have the dialog. Oh, hold on. What's Gerber 404? Is there something like an object tag property in your window interface? No, there's not. But so what we need to do is we need to find the window instance. Well, I have a reference to the token here. Oh! Is there something like an object? No, but that gives me a great idea, Gerber 404. I can use an attached property to associate the token to the window. It's kind of like adding a tag object to something you don't own, right? And since I don't own this IDialog window interface, I can't just add to it. I can't add a property to this instance, but what I can do... Thank you, Gerber 404. That's a great idea. I could do an attached property of window token. Get window token. Set window token. Owner class is my dialog service. We'll do null. So this is just an attached property. Throw it up here. Right? And it allows me to attach state to an object. So, for example, when we create this token, I can say set window token. The object, which is going to be the dialog window, and then the value, which is going to be the token. Now, the dialog window has to be the dependency object, which is no problem. I'll just cast it as a dependency object. So set window token. Now, var token equals get window token, the dialog window, which, once again, this has to be a dependency object. Now that I have the token, Windows dot remove token. Yes! And now we have to add this to the dialog window closed. Oh, that's why. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I had this as an action, but it's actually an event handler. So, my bad. And then, so center E. right? And we'll want to also remove this. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Clean up that event. We have to unhook the event, right? Java 185, if I had to solve this solution, I would have used event aggregator on the dialog windows and sending an event aggregator message from the main query to the dialog window and query it in the dialog window to activate the window. That's a very complex solution. And it requires your dialog windows to send messages. And so if you forget to send that message on one of your dialog windows, your whole system can break. So I would not recommend an approach like that personally. That's a lot going on. This way, everything is managed within the dialog service itself, right? And so, yeah, so this makes sense. So I added the attached property, right? So Gerber 44, for what reason do you require to have the token in the first place? I saw the activate code for your window, but when it's working with iDialog window references, look up a list or hash set could work too. I don't understand what that means. Look up a list. We need the token because we are controlling the windows from within a view model. And a view model cannot access any window objects. So we have to have a way for a view model to manipulate windows without knowing anything about the windows. So what we're doing is we're associating a token with a window, and then we can call methods off the dialog service to do specific things to that window without ever knowing about it, right? And so, for example, you know what? Let's do something else. Let's add another button. We'll call this close command. Go back to our view model. This one, we'll do it right here. Close command. And we can say dialog service dot close and then pass in our token, which is, what do we call it? Window token. Now we don't have this defined yet, but we can go ahead and define it. Excuse me, we can define it now on my dialog service. What's token? Too many tokens. Close, window, and in this case, you can just say dialog window close. And then we can go back to our extensions. Look how easy this is. Right? Okay. Let's do this now. So let's show dialog. Show dialog. Whoops. I'll just show two. Now that, get this out of the way. So I can activate this one. So this is deactivated. I'll go ahead and activate it. And I can, oh, I didn't change it, but I'm gonna close it now. Did I not close it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What'd I do? Oh, that's why. For some reason, that didn't get named properly. Okay, let's try that again. Show my dialog. Throw that off to the side. Show another dialog. So that's deactivated. We can activate it and we can close it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Awesome. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Swing. Okay. Line 32. Oh yeah, that's because this didn't get renamed properly. The snippet got messed up. Gerber404 was just saying how that was named wrong. Like, yeah, because my code snippet got all screwed up. I don't know why. But okay, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We did it. Use like a little, a couple of tricks. We cleaned up our memory leak. We don't have a memory leak anymore, so that's good. We didn't have to have access to the Prism code base. We just overrid some methods and added our own custom stuff, right? I mean, what we could do is we could play around a little more with this UI. So, for example, what should we do? We could add prop. Oh, observable collection of window token, right? What is up with these snippets? Okay, and we can start tracking these. The var window token equals, and we can say tokens dot add window token. Maybe we throw in a list box up here. Let me actually do it below there. List box. Item source, binding tokens, right? And let's just set a height like, I don't know, what, 100? Sure. And then selected item, binding selected token. Let me add that. Is this my ViewModel? Yeah, okay. And we'll just go ahead and add this. This is a, what is this? This is a window token. See, you see, I hit tab and it didn't work. The code snippets aren't working right. Okay, we'll select the token. Now I could change this activate to select the token. Close to select the token. I can now get rid of this just single token because we're gonna just gotta go. Thanks. Hey, thanks for joining. Dimitrov Slavyi. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Sorry for butchering your name. Okay, I think that does it. So let's try it. So show dialog. There's that token. Show dialog. Thank you very much. Thank you for forgiving me. I appreciate that. Okay. So I want to select this and activate. Select this one. Activate. Select this one. Activate. It's working. Oh, I forgot to change the name. So close. Close. Oh, I need to remove the token when I close. Okay, I got it. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Okay, hold on. First, let's fix the UI. What the heck? Oh, Visual Studio just decided to pop that out for some reason. We want to close dialog, so we'll fix the UI. Now, when we close, let's tokens dot remove the selected token. This should be pretty slick, right? So let's show a dialog. Show a dialog. Show a dialog. Lots of dialogues. I like dialogues. So I can select this one, the first one, and activate it. Select this one and activate it. Oh, this is awesome. This is so cool. Let's select this one. Close dialog. Select this one. Close dialog. What happens when you open no dialog and then click close dialog? Well, of course, it's going to fail because I don't have any selected objects, and I'm not accounting for that. So I would have to fix that. So on my execute close, I would have to say if select token equals null, return, right? Something like that to protect myself. Just that. But I can add that. Let's add it. Boom. So I activate show. Okay, so now we don't have any of those breaks. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all, actually. Let's look at our custom dialog service one more time. Oh, that's the extensions. And I'm pretty sure we cleaned up our memory leak right here. Because although we are hooking into the event here, we are also unhooking from the event there, right? So we're cleaning that up. We're removing from our Windows collection. Because remember, this dialog service is a singleton. There's only one instance in the entire, whatchamacallit, in the entire application. They only have one instance, and it's this one. Just one. Cool. All right, I think that's it. I think we got it. I think I answered the question. Is it possible to control the windows, activate them, close them, without having to actually access the windows in a ViewModel, and just by extending the existing dialog service that Prism provides? And yes, you can. We did it. It is awesomely easy to do. Now, you know what? I'm curious. I'm just curious. This is the dialog service? Yeah. So here we use the attached property. I'm curious. Okay, hold on. Let me look at something. If dialog You know, we could store this in a tag. I mean, maybe I don't need to use the attached property. Framework element. Right? I mean, we could store... Well, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, and the reason is because we don't know what other people are using this tag for. Right? So this would not be good. Because we could quite easily override someone's information that they are storing in their own tag. So yeah, no, we can't do that. We cannot do that. But we could have. Right? If I had complete control over every single thing and knew I would never use the tag for anything else, then you could totally do that. But we can't rely on that. We have to store our state somewhere else. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think that's good. Now I have to find out what's going on with my audio and why it sounds like it's crackling. Because that blows. I'm telling you, man, Windows updates every single time I do a Windows update. It just it causes issues with like audio drivers and all that stuff. Well, that was fun. Took a little longer than I thought it was going to take to solve a problem like that. But I guess, you know, some problems are just, they seem simple until you get into it. It's like, oh yeah, that should be easy. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. We really have to think about this, don't we? Harrison464, I find it hard to believe that Microsoft could break something with an update. I think there's sarcasm there. Because every single time I update my Windows, I have to fix my OBS or my audio or something happens. And things get reset. And it's like, oh, that sucks. So I will have to double check all the audio stuff You know what? Oh, no, my commands were working. Sound problem gets better. Oh, that's good to know. I did test my masks. Oh, thanks. I don't hear the crackling anymore. Okay, good. Maybe I was just too close. You hear the crackle now? Maybe I was just popping. I didn't test my other scene though. Oh, that went to the wrong place. I think I did do some testing of my commands. Yep. Sorry, Miley. It's working. Not broken. Get out of here. Get out of here. Shoo. Okay, so that works. So I think other than the audio crackling, I think that was the only real issue I had. And we had a mask. We had a mask redemption, so the mask worked. I was a little worried about that one. Oh! There is one thing I need to check. Now, I'm going to try my Spartan voice, and you have to tell me if the Spartan voice works.
Okay, do I sound like a Spartan? Hooah! We code like Sparta! Or just, yep, how's the volume on that? Is the volume still good, or does it sound light, low? Anything sounds just fine? That's perfect. Okay. Now I have to wait 3 minutes now. I had this on a timer. I have it on a 3-minute timer. Okay, good volume. Alright, so I guess everything except that weird crackling thing seems to be... Everything seems to be good, which makes me feel good. Okay, you know what? I am going to find somebody to raid. So let's do that. Anyone who's raiding? I mean, who's streaming right now that we can raid? We have Code Rush, Visual Studio. What's Visual Studio talking about? Spatter Voice, Spartan Voice works. Perfect. Okay, let's look. Who's Chris on Code? React plus Tailwind Google Reader. Well, that sounds interesting. And I've never raided Chris on Code before. So let's just do a friendly raid for Chris on Code. Oh, wait a minute. Cancel that. So the reason I canceled that raid is because the Chris on Code channel has a follower or subscriber only chat. I don't like that. Personally, I really despise that feature. You don't have to follow me or subscribe to me to have a conversation, right? So that's not going to happen. So instead, let's do Code Rush because he's awesome. I love his streams. He's always doing something cool. And he is all about building a community that's inclusive. And he doesn't care if you follow or not to talk to him, just like me. So I want to thank, you know what, this Spartan thing should have ended already. This is weird. Okay, I need to look into that. I think it is broken. But thank you everyone for joining me today. I know you can spend your time doing anything else that you chose to spend it with me, and I appreciate you. I love you all. I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Enjoy your day. Have a great one.